Last night, Andre Cisco posted a video doing football workouts, his first day back on the gridiron since ACL surgery 6 months ago. Cisco's projected by Mel Kiper Jr. as the 7th overall safety heading into the draft, so maybe that timeliness can help out his draft stock a little. For Jim Boeheim, it's Cole Swider. Coming from Villanova, he's a sharpshooter from the outside, as the Cuse looks to rejuice heading into next year. Eric Devendorf played 4 years inside the Carrier Dome, and he still stands at 14th on SU's all-time scoring list. And this weekend, he brought change to the community, more important than any statistic ever could be. All three potential big losses there. Again, we're not sure yet on Guerrier, but in comes Jimmy Boeheim, who joins Symir Torrance from Marquette and Cole Swider from Villanova. But I'm going to single out Boeheim because, Sam, how cool is this in him joining his father? Well, they say that bad things happen in threes, and that's exactly what's happened for Syracuse basketball. Kadari Richmond, Robert Braswell, and John Bolajak all deciding to enter their names into the transfer portal. 10 Quad 1 wins, and that's, again, tied for second right up there with Kansas and Baylor. And not only that, but those Quad 1 wins have gotten Seton Hall to 17th in the net rankings, which is really the main standard by what bracketologists go with. North Carolina State and Duke are two teams that Syracuse actually needs to lose, so helpful that the Orange play the Wolfpack today. And then other teams, Ole Miss, St. John's, Utah State, some teams that have opportunities at quality wins in their respective conference tournaments. So if they lose, it'll only help the Orange. Talha, it's been 2 decades since 3 Syracuse Orange were all chosen in the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. Now, since then, plenty of SU stars have made it to pro football's biggest stage, but diving inside the numbers, this year could be extra special for Syracuse. Now, all 3 players do have the option to return to Syracuse, but Jim Boeheim offering a statement thanking them for their contributions. And on the women's side, it's a little bit more hectic. 10 players in all have decided to transfer, namely Emily Engstler and Kiara Lewis, 2 players that averaged double digits in scoring this past season, so Quentin Hillsman will have a lot on his plate. First, starting off in the West region, Gonzaga and Creighton. Gonzaga, the first overall seed in the tournament, have them moving forward. Creighton's going to be able to defend them a little bit, but the Zags are too much on offense. USC and Oregon, a Pac-12 matchup. No matter what, the Pac-12 will have one team in the Elite Eight. It's been 2 years since we've been able to say it, but yesterday was finally opening day for the Syracuse Mets. It was a 5-2 win for Syracuse, and there was no shortage of fireworks. Bottom of the third, Martin Cervenka homers for the first run of the season. Syracuse would score one more run in the inning. And then in the bottom of the 6th, David Thompson does his best Jimmy Walker impression with some dynamite. 1-run homer for Thompson as the Mets win it. 4 games left in the series. And they're right on the bubble, a place Syracuse basketball is all too familiar with. Today's game against Georgia Tech, perhaps pushing the Orange down a step. And Sam Darnold's days in a New York Jets jersey are over. Darnold traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 6th-round pick in this year's draft and 2nd and 4th-round picks in 2022. 621 days. That's how long it had been since Tiana Mangakahia was first diagnosed with breast cancer. The Syracuse star guard had multiple rounds of chemotherapy, among other procedures, and while basketball became secondary, she never lost her love for the game. And another CNY team played in an NCAA tournament game, Colgate, taking on the 3-seed Arkansas in the round of 64. Colgate came out hot in the first half, but would they hold on? Early in the first half, freshman Jeff Woodward. But unfortunately, the NCAA likes making storylines in the bracket, and that's potentially why Syracuse was on the 8 line instead of the 7 to be able to get to that round of 32, a game against Connecticut. This time, it was another big game as the 6-seeded Aztecs played 11-seed Syracuse in the 2021 NCAA tournament round of 64. Well, it wasn't on a boat in the water, but this game was played at legendary Hinkle Fieldhouse. The 2020 Syracuse football season is long gone, and 3 standout Orange players have a chance to showcase their skills at the 2021 NFL Scouting Combine. 2020 has been a challenging year, but the Syracuse community continues to work together to become a team.
Bringing the community back together. We can't do it by ourselves. It takes the whole community to come together to make changes.
So former SU Hoops legend Eric Devendorf teamed up with the Syracuse Police Department for a free basketball camp for kids in the area.
Kids need someone to look up to, and after the kids see someone on TV, and they see them in real life, and they know it's real.
Sledge's 2 sons were pleasantly surprised.
Kind of didn't tell them, so I didn't want to spoil it. So when they came down here, they were excited.
The event ran for 4 hours, and campers received free haircuts, backpacks, shoes, shirts, and food. And this event wouldn't have been made complete without a special appearance by Devendorf himself. The former Syracuse star was 3 for 3 in bringing the community together, cheering on the kids at the camp, showing off individual instructions, and of course, giving buckets to the community too.
I got here in 2005, and ever since the day I stepped foot in the city, they've supported me wholeheartedly. So it's my job to be able to reciprocate that and give it back. Just trying to bring these kids into a positive environment, man, and hopefully they can build their confidence and lead to bigger things.
Events like these are what keeps the Syracuse community stronger than ever. And Devendorf wrapped up the camp with a message to the youth.
And everybody's situation is different, but that doesn't mean that you're going to fail. What it means is it might be a little bit tougher than somebody else. Together on 3 loud. 1, 2, 3, together!